Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Four Towers Films.
And I'm Doug 218. What's going on?
How are you guys doing this week? We are recapping Big Brother Canada, season number 8, and it's weekly recap number 3. We do all 3 episodes in one. And what a week it has been.
Oh my god. Okay.
A lot has happened.
So, Sheldon's now the HOH.
We knew Sheldon won the HOH.
And his original idea was to put up Maddie and Ree.
Which he did. He put up Maddie and Rhiannon. Because remember how they knew the 4 were working together and they were worried about them. So that's why they actually targeted Michael last week.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're really, for some reason, Sheldon and Brooke were really worried about Rhiannon because she has a really good social game.
This is true. She actually does, because watching, she does converse with a lot of people. She's friendly. You know, she's not like some of them that's very, like, kind of, toffee-nosed a little bit.
And or standoffish.
And standoffish.
Like, Mint, I think, could be a little standoffish.
Oh, my God.
So wow. I think that might put some people off.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, she's blunt. I mean, that can... Yeah. It can hurt or help you in the game, really.
Of course.
I know she's playing the game because, which is good, but being that blunt can also really turn people off. Or Rhiannon being more sociable and more friendly can actually help her in the game.
And people aren't going to go, you know what, she's sketchy.
Yeah.
So
he put them on the block, and of course Maddie was upset and everything. But even though she's technically not the target, she doesn't know that Rhiannon is.
Yeah.
So then we went into, I think it was before that, but then went to Veto. And it was like an 80s themed Veto. It was like prom night. And it was funny. So all dressed like 80s clothes.
The pastel blues, the off-the-shoulder dresses.
It was funny.
But they could actually choose who they wanted to be their partners.
Yeah. So we had, if I can remember, we had Chris and Kyle partnering up. Min and
Vanessa,
Maddie and Jean-Luc, Rhiannon and
Hira,
that's right, Hira.
Brooke and Sue,
right. Because they're the only ones playing this week. So basically what they had to do is there was these balls that like ended up being floated.
Yeah, they were Air Force, and you had to catch them.
And they had to catch them with their face, their mouth, and then press them.
Carry them down.
Go through, like, kind of obstacles, like chairs, and they had balloons,
bleachers.
And that kind of thing. They had to get over, and then they had to go up bleachers and drop them into this tube. And the team that had the most tube won, and they both won safety for the week. So... quite a few teams were neck and neck, really, throughout it. It's funny. Chris and Kyle, they couldn't even do one. I think they might have gotten one out of the entire competition. And maybe not.
Then they just went, you know what?
Forget it. They were too far behind. So they're just like, if they had a table of cookies and punch that the contestants could eat too, that's what they were doing. They were eating the cookies and stuff and then dancing to the music. So they gave up, basically.
And they told, before they went into the Veto, they said to Vanessa, more or less we don't want, we want you to kind of not win this competition.
Well, yeah, I think because they know she's kind of close to Min.
Yeah.
And they're thinking that if Maddie or Rhiannon win this, she might be a replacement to go up.
Yeah.
So they kind of told her that. Because remember, there's an alliance of them, like of Sheldon, Brooke, Kyle, and Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Vanessa... Vanessa actually gets a bit upset about that they told her to do this.
Yeah.
So she actually went and told Min that they wanted her to throw it.
Mm-hmm. And said Brooke had said it.
And well, Vanessa said that. Like, because Min wants to know where she heard it from. So she's trying to protect Kyle because she's closer to Kyle than she is to Brooke and Sheldon. And she said, oh, Brooke said to throw it. And she's like, oh, I'm not throwing anything, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, Min decides to go and tell, I believe it was Sue or Carol. And I think she told Angie, too.
She told a few
She told
of
a
them.
couple, and Hera, I believe she told Hera. So she told a couple people. So, of course, in a roundabout way, because she heard it from Kyle, because she didn't know Kyle was working with them. Kyle heard about it and took it back to Sheldon and Brooke and said, we may not be able to trust Vanessa.
Because we're telling her to, keep your mouth shut. Let's do this.
And somehow Min finds out about it.
And Min finds out about it. So they wrangle her in before this, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, she goes, I didn't say that. He goes, we're not trying to accuse you. This is what we're hearing. Min came to me and told me this. And she's like, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. And she's like, oh, I don't know where she's getting that from. Now, I don't know if you guys are pretty good with reading body language and stuff, but I immediately would have suspected her.
She was sketched.
Just because of how she responded. Like, if she really didn't do it, as they say, if you know anything about profiling, as they say, people who are innocent will actually get angry. And they're like, well, I didn't say that, like that kind of thing. But she's like, she's deferring it. She didn't say she says, I didn't say that. Like, it's just how she was acting. It just, to me, would have been suspicious.
And they saw that.
But I don't know. I think they believed her that she didn't tell her.
But
they think Min's lying.
But also,
at that point.
Also, I think they had also said that, okay, we may have to kind of watch what we tell Vanessa. Yeah, but that
was before they talked to Vanessa.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think before that, they said we may have to when it was just the three of them before they called Vanessa up, they said that. But I don't know. I think they believed, at least Kyle seemed to, that Vanessa didn't tell her that the Min was lying about it. Right? Because that's what the whole house meeting was about. Because Min was calling, which we'll get to, Min was calling everybody out, calling her a liar. Because they believe Vanessa. Once she said she didn't say that, Min is spinning the story. So, during the veto, it ended up being Maddie and Jean-Luc who won.
Yeah.
So, Maddie and Jean-Luc are safe for the week. So, now, obviously, we know Maddie's on the chopping block. Now she'll be safe. She takes herself off. And because of this whole thing, Sheldon now believes Min is lying to the house, and he didn't trust her anyway. He doesn't think she really has any kind of connections in the house at all.
But at least he did the right thing and said, okay, look, I'm going to put you up. Straight out. He told her straight to her face.
Well, because she went to him and asked him, like, what are you going to do? So he said, I don't trust you.
He could have blown smoke up her butt and said, I don't know yet, but at least I will give him that he had the integrity to say, hey, look, I don't trust you.
Right.
For as far as I can throw you, I got to put you up.
Right.
And
which he did.
And it's like he even said to Min, like, I'm hearing different things supposedly coming from you.
That's how Min heard about this. What Vanessa said.
And so, but he wouldn't clarify who he heard it from.
She found out it was Vanessa, though.
So she's ticked off. She's flaming out and she's upset. Which turns around and ignites Jamar. Because
they're close.
They're close.
She tells him what she's heard.
Yeah.
That what Sheldon said to her that, somebody said, or Vanessa, she found out it was Vanessa anyway, who's told them this.
Well, and she also confronted Vanessa, and Vanessa went,
no. Vanessa lied to Min.
No, didn't say
too.
A thing.
So which made, obviously, Min more upset.
Yeah.
And because she's upset that she's being painted as this liar and that she's spinning this, she's spinning that. And like she said, yeah, of course not everybody's going to, be honest to your face. But this is kind of on a whole different level that they're saying she's doing things she's not doing kind of thing. Like, like throwing people under the bus and all that kind of stuff. And that's what really upset her, and it upset Jamar as well. And so then I don't know if she confronted Brooke yet at this point, because she thinks it's Brooke. Because at this point she still trusts Vanessa, but she thinks because Vanessa told her it's Brooke. But now she's hearing, wait a second, maybe it's Vanessa that did this and not Brooke.
Well, yeah, she did talk to Brooke, and
Brooke had no idea what she's talking about.
Like, and which was honest. Brooke went, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what you're talking about.
And Min said to her that when I talked to you earlier, I got the sense you were telling me the truth, which she was. So she got and so now she knows it's Vanessa who did this. So she decides, I think at this point, to call the house meeting.
But what, then Arissa interrupts and says, you know, in this episode, there was more footage that we didn't,
and on the live feeds,
and on the live that they cut, because apparently it got very heated. We actually went searching for the full house meeting.
You can see it. There is some people have it. It's about 40 minutes long.
And we really didn't see...
Well, basically what happened, like, Min called a house meeting to try to clear the air about all this.
Mm-hmm.
And she said her piece. She said it really well. Of course, she's a bit upset. She finally got Vanessa to admit she played her. And that, she's the one who said it and all that kind of stuff. And it's really what Min wanted. And now she doesn't trust her. But Jamar during all this was getting very heated. And I'm not sure, like, some of it you couldn't hear very well.
Because he mumbles.
He mumbles, and he speaks really fast. So it was really, and of course I cut a lot of it. So what we're getting from part of what we're telling you is actually from people who've uploaded the actual full from the feeds. Because we didn't actually get to see a lot of it on the show.
We didn't see any of his.
You saw part of it, but you didn't see why what happened, you know. So, but what the extended is they're talking to everybody kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Kyle, now some people are saying Kyle instigated or provoked Jamar. I don't know if I saw that too much. I think a lot of Jamar was just getting upset because Vanessa, at first denying it, and Kyle a little bit, and Kyle kind of tried to talk to Min, trying to find out where she's getting this from, all that kind of stuff.
Well,
because of course he's close to Vanessa, right?
I think the problem is Jamar's too much. He's too much emotional. He's too much of a hothead,
right?
And the whole purpose of this was to kind of air the grievances out. Let's get it dealt with. Let's get it done. You know, then we know where we stand. But
Ming was trying to do that, but he kept cutting her off.
Because he was, I'm going to call it how it is. He was butthurt that he got played. It is a game where people are going to get played. People are going to tell you what you need to hear to keep you in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not take it well that people did this to him. So he's upset.
And he kept getting up. And now some people, like Vanessa, were feeling threatened by that. He didn't threaten them. I didn't see him say any threats. But except for near the end with Kyle, where he said something about I'm not sure if I misheard him, but he said something about if you're outside, I'd whoop your, you know. And then also when he got up to leave away, he goes, we know how this would play outside the house. And he made like a gesture.
Muscles on the inside won't help you like muscles on the outside won't help you.
You know, so.
Or something to that effect.
He did apologize. He did get up because Vanessa said she felt uncomfortable. He did apologize to her. To me, I don't know. He might have meant it. I don't know him well enough to know if he meant it or not. He may have. But how it came across was almost mocking to her. That's unedited stuff. That's not what the show did. That's what people posted on YouTube did from the feeds. I don't know. Now they're saying what Arissa said, that the feeds were cut, so even the features didn't see everything. So apparently, when the feeds came back on, Jamar had been removed from the house because of threatening Kyle. And apparently, there was a pattern of behavior. Now, I haven't personally have seen a lot of, but I don't know. Maybe you guys have.
The pattern of bad behavior was also, I believe it was Kyle as well.
Jamar too. Like they said that, but also we also heard Kyle was also removed from the show. Apparently for pattern of behavior.
Here's the thing.
I don't know.
You know that there is this, and production reiterated this. There is a certain degree of protocol you are expected to abide by while you are a participant of this show.
Yes, of course. For safety.
For safety. You sign an agreement.
Yes.
So that means you, and we agree on that, you have to hold yourself accountable. You may be upset or whatever, but you cannot blow off and say things, because someone even said this during the meeting.
Angie did.
You know, there can be, you can get kicked out for what's going on here.
You heard them. Like, because of what he said. Well, Kyle initially said that him saying that and the action could get you kicked out of the show. Even if he didn't mean he'd shoot him or whatever, he might have just been blowing off steam, but they don't know that.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
That can get you kicked out. And then I think it was Angie, it sounded like Angie's voice, that could have repercussions outside the house. I don't know if it has, as I haven't heard anything that he's lost a job or anything like that at this point. I do know some fans have a GoFundMe page for him though. So fans are supporting him. But like with Kyle, I have seen a bit of mocking. He's done some bullying. Like, remember in the first, I think it was like the first episode, he was a bit bullying him in with how she wanted to talk to him and how he acted to her. Other than that, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot because I don't tend to watch a lot of when he's on the feed. So, I don't know. I haven't seen him being threatening or anything like that. So I'm not really sure what pattern. Maybe you guys have, if you have, let us know. What kind of pattern of behavior Kyle was exhibiting that got him removed. I know a lot of people don't like him. He's not one of my favorites, but again, I don't know what he's like in real life, just on the show kind of thing. But they were both removed, which means there was no eviction because you're now down 2.
And Sheldon's week was reset because this would have been an eviction.
Right.
And
no have-nots for the week.
No have-nots. So basically, with the new HOH competition, because they reset, Sheldon got to compete again.
Right. Which was a weird... they're all in like sleeping bags, and they had to hang on an ankle, and they had to hang off the
and if
thing.
You let go, you slid into pillows.
Right. It was funny. They did not show the whole because so much had happened.
Yeah.
But we do know that, ironically, Sheldon won again. Now, maybe, I don't know if maybe they decided to give it to him because his HOH kind of got messed up, or maybe he just happened to win again, but Sheldon is still HOH.
Yeah.
Nominations are today, Friday. They may have happened. They're usually in the evenings, but it hasn't happened as of yet. So,
no,
as of filming this. But it was really a interesting show. Like, I mean, I understand the safety protocols that they have to do. I didn't that wasn't necessarily appropriate for him. He did acknowledge he did it. And even since he's left the show, he has acknowledged that his actions are the reason why he's outside the house, and he has apologized for them since. Haven't heard anything from Kyle that I've seen. But again, I don't know actually what he did to get taken out. Granted, I don't watch the feeds all the time, so, and if they are, I'm not always watching him. So I haven't seen, they're saying there's a pattern of behavior there. I have seen some things where it could constitute bullying, and if that's what they mean, then I don't know if it was that bad to get him kicked out, unless he did something else that we didn't see.
I think this should be a benchmark on really how we need to carry ourselves and be more aware of people's perceptions. How I may take it as a joke,
Right.
not.
Right.
But it's meant as a joke.
Right.
But
they don't know each other well enough.
They don't
to
know each other
yet.
well enough.
They've been there, 3 weeks now.
So the idea of, being able to pop off and say things, you gotta check that. You gotta check that at the door, because you don't know these people. You don't know where their backstory, where they're coming from, whatever, how they receive certain things. Because if you don't, you're gonna end up with another situation like we just watched. And I think we need to be more aware of people's feelings and perceptions.
Oh, they also found out about what's going on in the world with COVID-19. All their families are okay as of right now. I think they were given the choice whether they wanted to stay or leave, and they all said they would stay. The families wanted them to stay. They all got letters. Like Kyle's saying, well, he left now, but anyway, but he's saying, if any of his kids are sick,
he would go.
He'd leave, and they all basically said the same thing, which makes sense. I mean, that's more important than a game right now of what's going on in the world. But they did find out about it. Yeah. Not on air. They talked to them. They cut the feeds and everything, but they showed that on the show.
Yeah.
So unlike Germany, they actually did it live on air.
Okay, that I question. Okay.
Yeah, because you don't know how they're going to react.
That's a personal thing. Yeah. That's an emotional thing.
Yeah.
I signed up for the game, and all of a sudden you're telling me maybe my family's at
risk.
At risk.
Yeah, I know.
Guess where I'm going? I'm heading for the door. But so I say, BB Canada, you did it well this
right.
time.
They did it just in case.
Yeah.
Right now they are continuing production. And taking extra precautions and all that kind of stuff.
It appears like Arissa's self-isolated.
She's self-isolating now, so she's not even at the studio. She's at home doing it from there. You're finding, even in the States, right around the world, productions are shutting down. Yeah. And if they are, like even our news, a lot of our newscasters are doing it from home at this point. So it's safer, but at least the show's still going on. I mean, if you think about it, they're actually pretty safe. Yeah. Because they isolated about 2 weeks even before the show started. So, they're all right. But, it's just, and they're saying, all the stuff that's coming in, they're sanitizing its sets, like the crew. And to keep everybody safe.
And production made the point of saying, we're going above and beyond to keep us safe and you safe. Right. So don't worry. Right. But we will inform you if things change.
They'll keep them updated as things progress. So, but anyway, all in all, it was a pretty intense week.
Wow.
It's only the third week. Like, we've already had one person leave, 2 ejected, and only 1 eviction. So I mean, like, it's been interesting so
Are we
far.
Here's the question though: are we going to make it to
May? It's supposed to run till May. You're already down 1 extra person, or 2 extra, because it should only actually be 2 people out of the house right now. So I mean, now there's 4. I mean, it may not make it all the way to May, unless because they usually do an instant eviction or a double eviction. Remember, like they do that, but they may skip those so that it'll actually extend till May at this point.
So they may have to scramble. So intrigue, drama, and chaos.
And we'll see what Sheldon does this week. Will he go after Min again? We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when we upload every time Big Brother Canada airs. And stay safe, guys. We're all in this together. You have YouTube. You can watch if you can't go outside.
And we're always here.
Got other videos if you want to check them out. All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.